5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So hello guys, what's up sa inyo mga ka-dropout? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
Live na tayo.
Ay, sorry,
Bawal
shit.
yan, pare.
Sorry.
Ah,
I'm
So
sorry.
guys,
Foul.
kidding aside, welcome to our podcast. We're students from the Ateneo de Manila University. And today
Represent.
we're going to break down and explain to you guys our opinions and our thoughts in general about the hit musical Ang Huling El Bimbo. Diba?
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mhm.
Mm.
Let's start off by our initial thoughts. What do you guys think about the movie? About the
Um,
musical?
I love it.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Great.
It was amazing.
It was
The
extremely well made.
performance was good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit too short for me, but overall, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. It hit different for me.
Yung ending though, it was so sad. A bit
Yeah,
sad.
that is really true.
It was.
Tragic.
Yeah.
It's not super tragic, but it had a sad, hopeful tone to it. It was a sort of ending you could pull a lot from. It's open to the audience interpretation. More on that, I guess, when we talk about it later.
Yeah.
It's a bittersweet ending.
Let's kick it off by talking about the siguro, the scenes that really struck us the most. Diba?
Oh,
Yeah.
And what's
Let's start
better
off.
scene to start talking about is the entrance. The three guys.
yeah, when
The
they were
three
like roommates and stuff.
Yeah, before
No,
that,
before that,
yung
Before that.
When they were gathered in the
yeah, they were panicking.
Yeah.
They were panicking.
When they were all being called, when they kept saying, "Wait, I don't know."
I'll be honest with
Y-
you. At first, I was so confused. Like, oh my god, what's going
pero
on?
Yeah.
wasn't
Oh, yeah.
that the point of it, though? It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
it
to
was.
portray just this generic life of each one of them. It's
Yeah.
just
And
a
then it
glimpse of each character, and it
Yeah.
doesn't try to introduce them as much as it tries to later in the musical. I think it tries to create that feeling of wanting to know more about the characters. Why are they acting this way towards this
Yeah. Each one.
character?
Each
Yeah.
one of the guys did not really react the same way. All of them had their own way to react when they were being called,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
All of them. So ano, for example, like AJ was a bit angrier than anyone else.
Yeah.
That's ano.
Just to show you
Uh,
like how separate their lives are
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah. I feel like one scene that was pretty great at characterizing them, but like it really made you interested in them was like right as they met outside the precinct, right?
Yes, yeah. That
Yeah.
interaction, that the hostilities between them, you can
Yeah.
sense everything. Pero if you look closely at the background, you can see that they are starting to introduce them now. Like in the background of the stage, you could see the young Hector, the young Anthony, the young
Yeah.
man, are just entering college. I think was that scene.
Yeah,
And
that
you
one.
see the contrast between the characters. Like they were they were hopeful, they were excited, and now
Yeah.
they're just trying to
Complete opposite.
Yeah.
they're
They're
trying to
they're
just
sad.
live their life, diba? They're trying to just
sad.
avoid each other completely, and that goes back to my point na the opening created that feeling of wanting to know more. Like, why are they acting this way as compared to their younger
Yeah,
selves?
exactly.
Yeah, it puts
Yup.
questions in your mind that like makes you
Yeah.
like, where does it go wrong? And you really want to know that part. I guess
Ask
one
myself the
more.
same questions every day.
um, don't we all?
Yeah,
But
also, here's one more thing that I really liked about that. Right as they met outside the precinct, you could kind of see who they were. Like, I like how AJ was immediately a person he just wanted to be alone, and how Emma was immediately trying to be the mediator. Stop arguing between AJ and Hector. Because Hector was always thinking like, oh, we can call camera crews and we can show corruption or something like that. Which you can kind of see. Oh yeah, you can see bits and pieces of their character,
Mhm.
which I really enjoyed. It was very subtle, but
Yeah, you can see
very
their personalities right from the start to reflect
yeah,
later. I think the question here really is What happened? Yun lang. What
That's
happened?
that's the
What
point
happened?
of this opening sequence.
I feel like it really starts to say, I don't know, try to answer it when in the first act, the scene for the ROTC, right?
Yeah.
Because
Oh
in the
yeah, yeah. They were really young then, back then.
yeah,
Super youthful, super energetic, enthusiastic, full of
yeah,
hopes and dreams. But
yeah.
then later on, you see, what happened. Like they turned into the complete opposite. It's just kind of sad to see that.
You can
But
even see the
we don't have to jump
contrast
there, pa.
before
We
that.
can focus on their ano muna, on
Here,
their young
here,
self.
the scene that's playing right now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can see in
This is-
their reactions how angry Hector is, how antagonistic Anthony is, and Emon's just trying to avoid the situation. That the
I feel
acting were on point. That's what I'm trying to
yeah,
say. Was on
yeah,
point.
it's pretty great. I got something that I want to say, but I just don't know how to say. I will admit though, I like the just the background characters, just the people who are dancing. It's like, yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
like they just confuse you because like you're watching this thing, right? It's like you have no idea what's going on. It's like, wait, what's happening in the background? Oh wait, that's them. Oh no, that's the background character.
Pero
Yeah.
if you look closely while you're watching it, you don't have to hear the song. You can see it in the language of what they're dancing. If it's uh, this cool, relaxed vibe. Here you can see how antagonistic they're moving.
Yeah.
You can see that these people have issues.
Diba? Yeah.
They have a chip on their shoulder that they're carrying for quite a while. I guess here's one more thing. It's like I am okay. So obviously it's not gonna be seen in this scene yet, but I am rather confused because like in a future scene they're gonna talk about like they're selling to run for 5 pesos, and in this one they're using iPhones. That's just like That's just like a small technical thing that I just noticed. It's like I wonder where the past was set because like is it really iPhones or did they just use it
It
so that way?
was in the 90s they mentioned it that there was a line that we are not stupid college kids anymore in the 90s.
Yeah. I guess okay, my bad. I guess I just didn't notice that part.
Hmm.
If I'm not
So
Uh,
guys,
mistaken,
I
it's
think we need
Anthony who
to
said that.
I think we need to go back sa question natin, what happened? How about we start talking about the scenes na really struck us the most? Di ba? Yung mga
sure.
scenes na
Yeah.
tamang-tama sa puso
Yeah,
natin.
let's go.
Probably
Pat,
don't
what do you think? What struck you the most?
Okay, the part that struck me the most, it's for me. I'd say it's the ROTC part after, kind of like after the intro where everything was confusing and you don't really know what's happening. Because during the ROTC part, it's kind of like where the answers started to be unraveled, basically. It's like slowly
Yeah.
unraveled. And
Yeah.
from that point on, it's also the point that where the music changed from confusing to essentially what they were when they were young. So it was joyful. It was, full of hopes and dreams. So yeah, that's the part that struck me. And yeah, that's basically it. What about you, Eric?
Actually, I also really enjoyed the scene. As the thing is, there's a lot of humor in the scene, and you get a lot of character development. Like,
Mhm.
for example, you see Hector. He's always trying to look for
Eto,
one-liners.
eto is the comedy.
Yeah. This part.
Straight pala, look straight.
Mr.
Dude, I
Cruz,
love that part.
Sir,
he's
I'm
trying.
trying, sir. Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yes, sir. Tapos
Oh,
Wait, I
Yeah,
think
this
it's
really show like
that,
the youth
guys.
in
I think you're
them.
talking about Anthony.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
Anthony.
yeah, yeah.
is that his name? Yeah.
This one, Hector's just trying to find every single opportunity to try to make a joke.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
But I agree with you pala. The question, what happened, starts to get answered. Diba that's what you said? I think tama. Kasi this is also the scene na Joy is introduced.
Mhm.
Oh
Diba?
yeah,
After
yeah,
this.
right. Yeah,
Yup,
yeah.
yup.
that's
Yeah.
that's part of
The
it.
fourth
And we
scene.
can start to see hints of the trouble that's about to come. Kasi yung instructor nila parang you
Parang,
can see sa body language niya na
There's something
may
off.
ulterior motive. May motive siya
Yeah,
kay Joy.
yeah, that is true.
You
Yeah.
This
know,
guy's sus.
the BVs, the bad vibes.
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
bad
That is
vibes.
true. It's like he was
Yeah.
patting her a bit. It's like, do not touch her. Like you are, it's kind of creepy, bro. When I was watching that part.
Red flag,
Wait,
sir.
remember the part where they were at
Yep.
Tiang's, ba? Toyang's?
So yeah.
Yeah,
After
sorry.
And
transport.
after what's Banlao? Is that his name? I forgot.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
after Banlao gave her some money, he turned around to look at to check her out before
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
That
yeah.
going to
part,
the back. Yeah,
you
think so.
already know what's gonna happen later in the
Right,
musical.
Like
right.
any of the doubts you had on this scene, it's confirmed on that scene as well.
Uh huh.
Oh man, you see
Eto.
that scene where she's
Look at
on
the
the
scene. Look at the
shoulders, like,
scene.
oh,
Yeah.
Diba? That's
do not
the
touch her.
At
I
saka
just like,
you get the glimpse sa
pagkatao ni
character ni
Banlaw.
Banlao, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, what else? Like,
The touching scene. At saka the part na he instructed the recruits to buy from her. Parang naging requirement to buy. Di ba?
yeah, that is.
Para
Oh
sa
yeah,
akin, kahit medyo pang light lang yung ano, yung effect niya or you can see it
Yeah.
as a joke, di masyadong mabigat. Pero it starts to ano eh,
It
parang
The
show his
more
reveals his
you
character.
think
character.
about it, you
Yeah,
start to
yung
ask yourself
personality
why.
niya. Parang ina-abuse niya yung power niya.
Diba?
Abuse of
Yeah, he
power
got.
na.
So I guess that's too much about Banlaw and Joyna. What else did you guys
Yeah.
like though?
Uh,
Uh,
Gerald, what scene struck you?
For me, it was like the climax of the whole musical. It was like the
yeah.
scene where they were like having fun, like they were out on a joyride.
Oh,
They were
that
after
part.
like skipping graduation practice,
Skipping
you know.
graduation practice.
They were like
Uh,
on top of a car, singing about like freedom, like their dreams, and not letting like society hold them down and stuff, and about
yeah,
doing the
that is
right
true.
thing. And then
Yeah.
like after that whole scene, they have their cute moments, you know, taking a
yeah.
picture
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
Goals,
Yeah.
friendship
inviting,
goals.
Holding
yeah,
hands.
friendship goals, like inviting
Yeah.
Ayun.
Joy
Yeah.
to to their graduation,
Sana all.
right?
Because
Okay.
also in that part, you get to see the personalities of them while they were still in college. You could see
Yeah.
how antagonistic Hector is when it comes to those situations. You saw that
Oh yeah.
at the start of the musical when he got the call, and you saw that here when
When he got interrupted
when he got
by
interrupted
the
by the song, he immediately went antagonistic and immediately angered the people that were mugging them,
yeah,
making the situation way
like
worse.
yeah, that is true. If hypothetically, maybe if he didn't, shout back at them, maybe it wouldn't have
Maybe they
gotten
would
so
have
bad.
gotten
They,
pero
Hmm.
you
They
can
could have
also
they could have
yeah,
see
tried.
Eman's character, how apologetic he was. Like after
oh yeah, he's
pagkatapos sagutin ni Hector, bigla siyang pumunta dun
yeah,
sa tao, like nagsosorry siya para umalis. Then you can also
he's
see Anthony in the back just frozen in fear.
yeah, I know. Eman is all immediately trying to defuse the situation, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you could see it even like when they were meeting right outside of the police precinct, right? When
Yeah.
Anthony and
Yeah.
Hector were arguing, Eman was diffusing it. In the same thing here, Eman immediately said, okay, these people might mug us. I'm gonna try and stop them.
Yeah.
AJ is like, immediately afraid. He hides behind it, and well, um, in the scene, Joy gets raped.
Oh,
Yes.
And
did
then
she?
yeah,
She
They get
actually?
beat up.
I
And
thought
then
they were
That
just
made me
mugged or
cry,
something.
to be honest.
No.
no, oh
Just
God,
by
she,
Joy's body language.
I don't remember.
After.
yeah, she was very
yeah,
mad.
yeah. Remember, like after the thugs left, the guys tried to get out of the car.
Oh,
And then tried to
right.
grab Joy.
Yep.
It's like,
Yeah.
no, bitawan niyo ako, huwag niyo ako hawakan, right? Like she was so
Yeah.
traumatized. Any person touching
Kitang-kita.
her.
Oo.
Yeah.
At saka, may reason. Like, yung tatlong lalaki, they trapped them inside the car. Pero si Joy, she got pulled outside behind the car.
Yep.
So,
Ah,
parang
Oh yeah,
it
and
suggests it suggests na something bad happened. Diba?
Yeah, that is.
okay.
Tapos confirmed siya
yeah,
sa
and
sinabi mo, Eric.
Yes, Gerald.
yeah, and in that car scene while they were trapped in there,
Yeah.
like the last verse of the song Ang Huling El Bimbo, it was they were it talked about like the last verse meant that they're saying goodbye to their youthfulness and
Yep.
they're trying to face
Yeah.
like the harshness of reality in a sense. Just kind
Yeah.
of ironic in a sense where just like in the previous scene they were talking about their dreams and how not letting society hold them down.
Yeah. The song that they use so flexible. It's like, oh, it could be talking about something good, and then now it's like you're gonna be traumatized for life. By the way.
In
Yep.
in in this scene though, we finally get the answer
It's like,
started happening between them.
Yeah, the answer
This
is
scene,
Yep.
concretizing na.
yeah,
Yeah.
this scene is towards the end of Act One, so I feel like we should also go back a bit because I don't feel like we mentioned the relationships between Joy, Hector, Eman, and Anthony.
oh yeah,
How
that is true.
Joy is the best friend of Anthony. Joy
Yeah, best friend.
calls
Yeah.
Eman Kuya, and Joy is in a relationship with Hector. We see
Yeah.
these relationships pan out. These relationships are worth mentioning kasi you see the contrast of what happened after the incident. Even immediately
Yeah.
after,
Yeah.
how one wanted to go to the police station, the other wanted to go to the hospital, and Hector just wanted to bring Joy home. You can see their
Yeah.
priorities and their
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
views.
can see their personalities ano na, clear as day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clear as day.
One wanted to care, one wanted to bring justice, one wanted nothing to do with it.
You can really see their personalities starting to come out and their priorities in life.
Uh-huh.
Nakita niyo siguro na si Hector,
Yeah, yeah,
ano talaga, he really doesn't want to let anybody know about the incident.
Yep.
'Di ba?
Yeah.
'Di ba?
yeah.
And
Listen.
it gets you thinking, why? Why? Bakit?
It's kind of selfish.
Uh,
Yeah,
'Di
I
ba?
think.
Medyo
yeah. It's a really selfish
thinking,
reason for it.
kasi graduation is right around the corner, 'di ba? And he's going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
a film school, 'di
Yes.
ba?
yeah. Yeah, they mentioned that, right? In
Feeling
America,
ko,
he's gonna go to America.
yung what's running in his mind is if if people find out about this, kahit sila yung victim, even though they're victims, it'll be
Uh,
it'll be a dirty
Oh,
spot
that
in
is
his name, 'di ba?
that
Parang
makes sense. Yeah,
papangit
that
na
is
yung
true.
pangalan niya. Kahit
Yeah,
na even though it's not their fault, 'di ba?
yes.
They're the victims.
yeah,
They're the victims.
Oh, that's true.
But
yeah.
still,
Well,
he is thinking about his career,
yeah.
his image, 'di ba?
He's
Yep.
being
And we can,
selfish.
yeah. He's putting his career uh
In
in
front of
front.
his morals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
And it tracks back the initial reaction niya sa phone. You guys remember sa
Yeah, that
intro
is true.
when he was
Yeah,
panicking?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Oh
really
yeah.
wanted to call a crew kasi ayaw niya na
Maharas,
Maset.
masira pangalan
Yeah.
niya.
madadamage yung
Name.
maharas.
Yeah, yeah.
Madadamage
Cares a
yung
lot
name
about
niya,
his
di
name.
ba?
His
Yeah,
He
that
really
is
reputation,
cares
true.
yeah.
about his name. He doesn't want his name to be tarnished. He wanted the camera
Yeah.
crew to protect him.
You know, I find it ironic because also in the scene, in their dorm room, where Hector is the one that's talking about achieving your dreams. Out of all of them, he's the one who's really trying to achieve his dreams the most.
Uh-huh.
The person who talks
Yeah,
about achieving his dreams will literally sacrifice his
Other
own girlfriend
people's
to achieve it.
dreams.
Yeah,
yeah. He's trying to achieve his dream despite the cost.
yeah,
Yep.
that is true.
It's
Oh,
in this scene that we see those reactions, by the way.
Yeah, it's the little things that reveal the personalities of the characters, di ba?
Uh,
Yep.
I feel like this was worth mentioning kasi this was towards the end of Act 1. So
uh,
going into Act 2, we now see the culmination or the beginning of the answer. Like they why were
separate.
three really good college friends interacting this way after all these years? Why were they
Yeah.
antagonistic towards each other?
The next scene after this one, the first one in Act Two, is the one that struck me.
The
So
grad, di ba? Grad.
yeah, this
Yes.
is the graduation scene, right? And the reason why this struck me is because it does a lot in a really small amount of time, and it does it really well. What I mean by that is like all of the character development, as Raph said, all of the character development in Act One culminates in this scene. Everything in Act Two starts from this scene, right? And a lot of so throughout the entirety of Act One, the question is like, what happened, right? And We
Yeah.
get a portion of that in the last scene of Act 1, where Joy gets raped. This scene naman is where we get the other half, right? So Joy goes to the graduation of the boys, right? And she makes handmade mementos for each of them. And each of her interactions with them kind of represents their relationship and and them as people. Uh, as for a quick rundown, Joy hugs AJ, but AJ is afraid of his parents, so he runs away. Uh, Eman comes in with his parents. His parents are congratulating him being the first person to graduate from college. Eman just gives Joy, make sure to work hard so that way you can get a good education. And Hector, being the selfish bastard he is, well, he does nothing. And throughout this entire scene, the song "With a Smile" by Eraserhead is being played. At the end of it, at the end of the scene, they all end up singing "With a Smile," with Joy taking the last portion, which is really ironic because "With a Smile" is a song about comforting someone. And in
Yeah.
this scene, you can clearly see that none of the guys comforted Joy. In
Yeah.
actuality,
Ironic.
yeah, Joy is the one, comforting the other dudes.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
good point.
I may
Yeah.
be getting ahead of myself here, pero further into Act 2, after Joy's death, sinabi ni Tita Deli sa tatlong lalaki, kay Hector, Eman, and Anthony, na
Yeah.
hindi sila sinisisi ni Joy sa nangyari. And you can see
Yeah.
it in the scene pa lang sa graduation na wala na,
She,
it's Joy that's going to them. Pero it's
Yeah. She
them that's
doesn't blame them.
avoiding Joy.
she
Di ba?
just wants like solace with them. She doesn't
Pero
blame them.
wala. They opt to avoid her. They all of them here in this scene that's showing, all of them are
Yeah.
running away from her, trying to avoid what happened.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
very unconditional.
Yeah,
No.
they all
Yeah.
feel guilty, even though in reality, Joy doesn't blame any of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we go through Act 2, we will see that they will carry this burden for 20 years. All of them will be negatively affected. But anyway, like, I guess what I really like about this scene is that you can actually just skip portions of the entire musical
Yeah.
and you watch this single scene and you can kind of get the story.
Yeah.
I
This
guess,
scene foreshadows a lot of Act 2. Like you
Yeah.
can see
Yep.
a lot of what was further explored in Act 2 here in this scene. The regret, the irony, and
yeah,
just joy towards the three guys in this
Yeah.
in this musical.
Yeah. They chose to run away from the problem.
Yep.
yeah.
They didn't face it. They chose to run away. It was the easier option for them.
Right?
You know,
So,
props to the
yeah.
actors, their
Yeah.
facial expressions, their performance altogether. They made it really seem realistic.
Yeah, that is
True, that's true.
Pero in Hector's point of view naman, if we're thinking na we're Hector, like yung dream mo, your dream in life is right in front of you.
Yeah.
You just have to grab it. Similar sa sinabi niya, you just have to grab it. At that point, malapit na yung graduation. Just one more step. Pero this happened.
Yeah.
What happened was, I think he was really pressured in that moment on what to choose.
Yeah. Yeah, I
And
understand
sadly,
that.
he chose, diba? He chose his dreams. We can't blame him naman, he chose his dreams. It's selfish, pero,
Yeah.
ano,
I guess like the one thing that I just dislike about it is like I understand pursuing his dreams, so he's not reporting it. But
yeah,
he could have at least comforted Joy.
yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't need to abandon her. Like that's my point.
Maybe I guess he was also guilty. Like he felt too guilty to.
Maybe
I don't know,
probably for him that was his best way of trying to comfort Joy. I don't know.
Like, it's my fault.
We're
so,
running away.
like yeah,
I
actually
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah, that's a possibility.
But like I think this is what the musical really brings out. Like it really shows like the reality of human nature and like the realities of society talaga.
Yeah, that is. I know. That's why I really like this scene. It's like
Mhm.
it's 7 minutes long and it does a lot.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
a lot to show the remaining hour and a half left in the music.
Yeah, this scene is 7 minutes long, and like a minute and a half is a song. So it's like 5 minutes worth of a lot of character development.
No.
And
Yeah.
I swear, I felt like it was 20 minutes. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, right? But it's only
It's a
20
heavy scene.
minutes.
It's a heavy scene. Really heavy.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that's why I know. That's why I. This is like the scene that struck me.
Hmm.
Alright, well, actually, Jules, what about you? What scene were you struck by? I'm
Yeah. You've
curious.
been asking everyone here, and
Yeah.
clearly
Let's hear
Eric
it.
was
Let's hear it
Come
struck
now.
a
on now,
lot
it's
by
your turn.
the
Sige.
graduation scene.
Do you guys remember when when the canteen was presented sa first act, the song being played was
Yeah,
Tikman yung Langit.
yeah,
Kasi sa first part, they're saying that the food is good, di ba?
Mhm.
For this
yeah.
time, the same setting, same song, pero just because it turned into a KTV, iba na yung meaning ng song, di ba?
Iba na yung meaning ng
Yeah.
langit.
Yeah.
Which goes to
Yeah,
your
iba na
point
yung
nga
langit.
kanina,
Yeah.
na the
Uh,
From
songs
the
were
langit na
repeated.
gusto ko, naging langit na gusto ni Pat, di ba?
Oy, grabe. Ako talaga. Kapal ah.
Pero it does go back to your point niya na the songs were reused a lot, pero it didn't feel repetitive.
Yeah.
yeah,
Every time it was repeated, it always had a different
Context.
meaning to it. Yeah,
yeah. It
context to
had
it.
a different
Yep.
connotation. Right, like they would just slightly alter how the music is played, and it's like, oh, this is different.
Diba?
I guess like to point out some specific scenes, for example, like on the graduation scene, with a smile, it sounds so great, and then on the last portion, it sounds really sad and sorrowful.
Yeah.
And yeah, all right.
Here's
So
another one pa pala. The song Ligaya was played when Joy was first introduced. Only
oh
the
yeah, that
first
is
few
true.
lines were played
Yeah,
when she first got onto the stage. It was just like a good few bits of Joy as she was getting
yeah,
introduced. Then, when she was fully introduced after the ROTC scene,
Hmm.
she was singing Ligaya in full in answer to another song which was playing. Nagsasagutan sila, which also created a sort of perspective between the two characters, each singing their own song, each trying to say a different message.
Hmm.
Pero those messages were tied to who the character is. Diba?
yeah. That is true. That is true.
This is the scene I think Joy gives up. This is
Mm-hmm.
her breaking point. Everything's gone na eh. The
Yeah,
her
everything.
three constants. All that she had left was the canteen, but now the canteen, wala na.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's fiddling with the bag,
And
and then
wait lang,
and then
the part of the musical that's playing here connects to what we were saying kanina between Banlao and Joy. How
oh
Yeah.
you can
that
see
is true.
Banlao's personality na. Here, it
There.
Oh my
comes
god.
full circle
This
na.
one,
Oh,
this
And
exact
yeah,
action, no, this exact action sa ROTC,
you can
similar.
clearly see his intentions, his personality, just come full
uh,
circle here. Na
I
binenta
don't know.
niya si
I
Joy. You see na binigyan siya ng 500 and he hands over Joy. Diba?
yeah.
Like, akala mo it stopped when Banlao bought the canteen, tapos ginawa niyang
Yeah.
KTV bar, but no, he
Wala.
keeps on going as far as selling off Joy. Tapos you can see
Yeah.
na further into Act 2, it just keeps getting worse. Diba?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. That is true. We just yet to see Joy's downward spiral. And it
Uh-huh.
doesn't
Yeah.
just come out of nowhere. A lot of the things that were set in Act 1 is happening now in Act 2. As we said, like, we see Ban Lao is really creepy. That he's coveting Joy as a resource.
So yeah, from here downward spiral na talaga si Joy, di ba?
Yes.
Yeah, that is true.
Yup.
It keeps on getting worse, di ba?
It's so tragic for her. I feel so bad for her character.
Makes you wonder what happens
All the
sa
other
ending,
guys.
how she died, what
Oh,
happened,
Yeah.
di ba? Kasi it was mentioned sa first part na she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Na it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
Uh, Pero I think we all know how this all plays together. And I feel like that's what I love about this musical the most. Pero to understand that, we first go back to the title. Ano ba ang title nitong movie? Ang
Ang
Huling
Huling
El
El
Bimbo. Uh,
Technically.
yeah. Um,
what does El Bimbo mean?
it refers to a dance that
Oh.
you see Joy doing throughout the musical. I'm pretty sure that's El Bimbo. Now,
Mm.
um, in understanding this musical, you would notice na may mga songs na umuulit. May mga songs na ine-explain yung nangyayari, yung
Yeah.
characterization. Pero
Yeah,
ang
that's true.
isang song na hindi pa natin nakikita was ang huling El Bimbo itself. It was only sang once towards the end. It was when they were at the morgue. It was when
Yeah.
Hector was alone with Joyce Bodina and he starts singing the first lines to it. And I find
Yeah.
it significant kasi when you look at the song of Ang Huling El Bimbo, it has that nostalgic feel to it. If you
Mm.
get what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, it
Um,
does. Well, the song is about recalling something, so
yeah.
Mm.
It
yeah,
recalls childhood. It recalls past experiences. It's played at this part na kasi you can see how the whole musical is now concluding. You can see how the whole story of the musical fits into
yeah,
5 minutes of that one song.
After this, di ba they asked for reconciliation?
They did.
yeah.
Yeah.
They already have, I think.
They found like hope through Joy's child,
Yeah.
Ligaya.
I feel like it's this part na it brings a lot of what the musical stands for together. A lot of the lessons we can pull from it. Like there are things in your past na you want to go back to, pero you can't. May line sa song na parang sa panaginip na lang kita masasayaw. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. That
lot
is
of things we still want to do, pero it's missed opportunities. And I feel like that's what's happening here too. It's missed opportunity to make things right with Joy. As the line went sa musical, promise babawi kami. That was from Hector to Ligaya ata, or
yeah, yeah, yeah. To the
Anthony to
guy,
Ligaya.
yeah, yeah.
But how about you guys? Other insights while we're concluding? Because this is the last part from Act 2.
Yung lyric na sinabi mo, the one na sa panaginip na lang kita maisasaya. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Singer.
parang it encapsulates the overall theme of the musical. I
Yeah,
think for me the overall theme is regret, the burden
yeah,
of regret.
yeah.
It
That
keeps
is
on
true.
repeating that theme.
Yep.
Yeah, that is true.
The three boys, they regretted na they didn't do anything during that moment, diba?
Yeah, they
They
were.
regretted na they left Joy. Even the canteen.
Yeah,
Chang, diba? That's
Toyangs.
her name. The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Toyangs
The deli.
is the
Yeah,
yeah, her. Basta
yeah.
she sold the canteen, diba? And then
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that,
It
regret na
became a
naman ulit.
king.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
regretted
Oh.
na she sold it. Pero she can't take it back. And feeling ko one of
That's
the takeaways of this musical, since it's talking about regret, is to make sure na what you're going to do, you won't regret it sa future mo.
Mm-hmm.
Diba?
yeah, that is true.
Oh, nakakaano
Kasi
And
look
masyado.
at them. One mistake na they made during their
Ah,
college days, they brought it with them 20 years into the future.
yeah,
That's true.
kung
I think like
papansinin nyo
another
yung scene na
lesson.
to, ah,
yeah,
everyone's wearing black
Hmm.
except
Ligaya.
Ligaya.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what
That
does
is
that
true.
tell you?
In my opinion, I think that means like she's like the only hope for them now.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Doon na lang
Like
sila babawi.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
lost opportunities and parang wala nang ibang way
that
para
they can make.
that they can make up for what they did.
Like
Yeah,
let's
And the
talk about
only
the
hope
White
left.
Rose. Then I
yeah.
think they're
What do you?
like leaving behind their goodwill, I guess. Like they're finally letting go of
Hmm. Of
of
the
their
incident.
regret, and
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
trying to move on
Yeah,
to their lives now. That's what I feel. That's coming
yeah,
out from the scene.
Mhm.
And I feel like another lesson that we can come off from this is like they're not really fully healed yet.
Yeah,
Like
of
things
Yeah.
really
course.
take time to heal,
Yeah.
and they're like there's no quick easy way to fix it. There's no superheroes in life. Like it's reality. Like that's like the musical did really well. Like captured like the realities of life. Like I said
Mhm.
earlier.
Yeah.
Pero
Oh, yeah.
as we said at the start, it's sad because, of course,
She
regret
died.
and
Yeah.
lost chances. It's also hopeful, in which we see it at this scene right
Mhm.
here. Na,
Agreed.
Yeah.
as in
They can.
contrast to the start where they were all very antagonistic, now they're all, they found reconciliation in what they've experienced. This is like a step towards
The
it.
first step. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're like at the starting line now.
Hmm.
But
Uh,
As this like musical ends with this, what do you
Oh.
guys think this scene wants to just say?
feeling ko, kasi di ba Ligaya joined the younger guys?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Di ba?
Hmm?
And then, after that trip, di ba, of the tragic incident, parang naging point na they said goodbye to their past selves. That's where they
Yeah.
changed na after
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
But then, Ligaya being there, I think like it gives hope na they can redeem their past selves, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
think,
That is.
Like
di ba?
this part nga na they're all reaching out.
Yeah. For their dreams.
Kung sinabi mo kanina, yes, like if they were reaching out for their dreams kanina, I think this scene is really powerful kasi if you really look at it, they could be reaching out to be better, to do better towards Ligaya.
It's like a way for them to make up sa pagkukulang nila towards Joy.
Yeah.
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 I feel like this just like I guess a better representation of just saying that rather than the three jaded adults
Mm-hmm.
hugging the young kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to see the younger, hopeful selves to be the one comforting Ligaya.
And one last note pala, since this is the end of the musical.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
have you guys heard what the first lines of Ligaya? Ilang awit pa ba ang aawitin o giliw ko? It was Joy's entrance song. It was Joy's parang characterization. Pero kung titignan mo lalo yung kanta, it's Joy looking for that happiness, that fulfillment, that
Yeah.
thing that they are all reaching out for. Tapos,
That is.
to have Ligaya on that hood is just a nod to that na
Yeah.
Yeah. This the
kahit,
thing.
kahit na parang nahirapan si Joy sa buhay, there's still ways to make amends to it, parang ganon.
Parang ito na
Agree.
yung new path nila,
Mm-hmm.
That
di ba?
is true.
Pero
Yeah.
this ending, it's good. Pero there's one thing that really ticked me off about it. Although they forgave each other, they said sorry, they made promises, they made up. What really made me mad is Banlao. Banlao, di ba? The
Oh
bad
yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got away.
Yeah.
He won.
Oh, so
He won. He didn't get punished for all the evil things that he did.
That's
Diba?
true.
I feel like it's also part of the musical's like uh, parang message na there's still much to be done. Kumbaga.
Yeah. Yeah, so it really shows you the realities of life.
Hmm.
Good things happen, bad things happen.
Mhm.
There are corrupt officials, a lot of corrupt officials. Pero overall, overall, I think the musical is really good. You can really see now
Yeah.
why it's a hit, diba? With that, I would like to thank everyone who has listened to our blabbering these past few minutes. Yeah, thank you guys, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a follow down below. Yeah, so that's
Bye.
about
That's it.
it. Thank you for listening.
Alright,
Bye.
bye guys.
Bye guys.